Camera rolling, action. Welcome to another exciting episode of quaranTV. My name is still Uxabiso Zweni, your host with the most. I must say it's been a wonderful journey sharing the past few months with you under level 5 until level 2 of lockdown. But do not despair because we are saying goodbye. We still have the best of edutainment right here on channel 260 Mpuma Kapa TV with our presenters Uanati, Ukolosa and Alizwa who will keep you entertained with the best of edutainment. Here is quaranTV at Massive Learner Development. Stay tuned.
Welcome to your viewers at home. I'm your host, Silizwe Takaka, right here on your favorite show, quaranTV. Ichomiyako Yenga Lockdown. Right, so on today's episode, we're going to be reciting some poetry. Yes, poetry. Words build, words destroy. Words are beautiful, words are ugly. Poetry is a mixture of words, creating a picture that can never be erased. It's time for Masi Poetry.
Behind those eyes, there's a lot of hidden tears. Oh, behind those lips, there's a lot to share. Behind that warm heart, there's always an untold story.
Igama lam ndinguzizipho Gqebe. Ititle yam it's about how to achieve your future. Children of South Africa setting lifetime goals or big picture goals gives you an idea of what you want to achieve ebomini bakho, especially when you took at the failure rates. A goal destination is having a dream that is there in the far distant.
Igama lami ngixolisa umthadi. Ititle yepoem yami it's about the power of dream. Dream big and realize the power of dream. Dream big and make your own way. Dream gives you a new hope. Dream big and be happy in life. Dream big and be little wise. That is the power of dream.
Molweni, my name is Kola Sapita. You probably noticed that people are gaining his budget in this lockdown, just like Ubud Kabiso. Well, Sisiba is always here to help us exercise. Trust me, she's one in a million. Let's go check her out.
Hi guys, my name is Sibabalo Ngiu and today we're going to be speaking about the benefits of a plank, what not to do and what to do. I hope you've been keeping well and safe during this time. So as you know, as you might know, the plank is really good for strengthening your core and its performance. So you'll be able to do things like lifting heavy weights because that's where you get your real strength from, to lift heavy weights. Planking also helps to strengthen the muscles in the spinal and the back region, so you'll be less prone to be getting spinal injuries or back injuries. Doing a plank also helps to increase or improve your metabolism. And when we speak about metabolism, this is basically how your body converts food into energy. So it will make it better by making it faster or by making it take out as much nutrients as the body can. As you can imagine, the plank strengthens the spinal and the back region, so it will also help you to get a better posture. So if you notice that you've been slouching, you can do a plank every day, starting from 10 seconds, and you'll notice that you walk more upright and your back has more strength. Another benefit of doing a plank is that it actually helps with balance. So balance is not only just being able to stand on your one leg, but being able to stand on your legs and not feeling like you're about to fall, you know. Planking also helps with flexibility because as you are in that position, it strengthens and elongates the muscle. So you'll be able to reach out into different positions, you know, you have more flexibility in those areas. And guys, the plank doesn't only help improve the core muscles, but all the other muscles in the body as well, because you can do the classic plank, or you can make it a little bit harder by lifting the leg or lifting the arm. So it's not just the core that's engaged, it's the glutes, it's the legs, it's the arms as well. And lastly, benefit of doing a plank is that it helps with mental strength. You know, as you're in that position, your mind is calm, and also since it's a time thing, it challenges you to push yourself even more. So yes, let's get to it. So we'll begin in the push-up position, which is basically your hands on the ground. Your hands must be in line with your shoulder. Let me move the side. And then your legs there. So you'll bend down on your forearms. So the most important thing is that your bum is not up and you're not slouched like that. So you'll make sure you pinch your bum in to get that hip square to the ground and fill up your shoulder area. Make sure that you're just looking down at the floor. You can also make it a bit harder by lifting one leg or by doing this type of plank. Planking is a static exercise, meaning that you don't move, but you can make it into dynamic, by tapping your toes on the side or by tapping your knees. And that is how we do the plank. With any exercise, you need to work your way up to doing the longer duration. So if you are a beginner, it would be advised to do a 10-second plank 3 times a day. So you'll plank for 10 seconds, rest for 5 or 10 seconds, then do another 10 seconds, rest, then do another 10 seconds, and then you increase gradually. So maybe in 1 week, you add on just 5 seconds, and then as the week goes, you can increase to even a minute.
My name is Sanele Tom. The title of my poem is Time. Time is time. Time never waits for someone. Time does not feel anything. Only people feel something. Time is time. Time is the most important thing. You keep us awake. You make us sleep. You keep on going. You don't stop. Time is time.
Igama lami ngingu-Oyana Xakaxa. Ititle yepoem yami is Who Am I? I am an African, a black woman, a strong woman, a woman that tomorrow can be a president, a woman who will end crime, a woman who is powerful, a woman who has faith in God, a woman who is talented, a strong black woman. I am an African.
Time. You're a thing that cannot be described in the world. Run so fast in a day. Everything happens in time. If you were not existing in our lives, how things would be in the world. You are wasted by people, but you are a thing that cannot end. Every second counts.
Greetings to you all. My name is Anati Changa. We all know that storytelling has become an ethical and beneficial thing to do, especially on this national lockdown. Now please help me welcome Uzoli Samcaciso to tell us about the 5 important elements of storytelling.
Good day, everyone. My name is Zoli Samcaciso, also known as Usisoli. Today, I will be sharing with you the 5 elements of a story, meaning the elements that show you how a story is being built. Okay, so these elements are the characters, setting, conflict, resolution, and of course, plot as well. Okay, now so we're going to start with our characters. Okay, what are characters? It's people or a person the story is about. And right now we're going to focus on the main character and also the villain. So the main character is usually a person that resolves like the problems, and usually the main character is talked about throughout the story. And main character is also known as a protagonist. And then we have an antagonist, which is a villain. I'm sure you know that most stories have villains. So a villain is mostly a person that has conflict with the main character. That is an antagonist. Okay, so now we move on to the setting. Every story has a setting, and a setting is divided with location and time. So let's start with location. Location is where the story takes place. It can take place in a real world, or it can take place in a fantasy world. For example, on Harry Potter, it takes place in Hogwarts. We all know that Hogwarts does not exist, right? Okay, and then there is time. A story can be written in the past time, the present time, or the future time. And most of the time when it involves the future, it is usually a fantasy story. Okay, let's move on to conflict. I am sure everyone knows that most stories have conflict. And a conflict is a clash between two opposing forces. There are two types of conflict, which are internal conflict and external conflict. Internal conflict often happens when the main character has to make a decision and they have conflict within themselves. External conflict involves the main character and a villain. And if there are any other characters, then it could involve everyone. So, we move on to the resolution. Resolution cannot happen without conflict. So, the resolution is a conclusion of the story. This is when the main character solves the problem or the conflict, and stories must have a resolution. So now we are going to move on to the plot of the story. The plot of a story is divided into 5 components, which is exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. So what is exposition? Exposition is the introduction of the story. This is where the writer writes more about the setting, and this is where you find out who are the characters in the story. Then we go into rising action. Rising action is when things get a little bit interesting and you see that something is going to happen. And then you have your climax. Your climax is when the story is heated up. Maybe there is conflict. Now you get to see what is really happening in the story, and usually the climax is the one that keeps you interested and makes you want to read more of the story. And then we go on to falling action. Falling action is when things are slowing down a little bit and you can see that there is somehow a resolution coming. And then last but not least is the resolution. As I have explained earlier on, a resolution is the conclusion of a story. This is where the character actually comes up with a plan or resolves a problem that was heading in the rising action and the climax. So I hope that you have enjoyed and you understood the 5 elements of a story. Until next time, it's bye!
Lisa Kanyetara Blanche, a poem about time. Time is a time. Time is for everyone. You can make things with time. Time is a time. Time makes people do things in order. Who made the time in the world? Sometimes time can be stuck. Time is a time. Time is good. Time is food. We have watches to see what time it is, but no one cares about time. Time is a time.
My name is Asake Mbambani and the title of my poem is The Special Child. There was a child who was born on the 21st of January 2007. She was very special to her parents and the parents loved her very much even though she made them angry. But as she grew up, she realized that she made lots of mistakes by making her parents angry. By the time she grew up, she was a very respectful child, and that was me.
My name is Loluvo, my surname is Kawuka. What is a star? In Doni Ngwengwezi, a star is light in the dark. You cannot see them on a day, but star can change you. They can call you a star. Shine, shine like a star. Star is one nice thing in the world.
Hi, my name is Aliza Zanai. Now if you take a look behind me, you will see a stage, theatrical stage. Theatre is a form of performing art which uses live performers, typically actors or actresses, to present live experiences on a stage. Well, that's not my cue to tell you all the details. That's why we have the multi-award winning theatre extraordinaire, actor and director, to give us a glimpse of what exactly happens in theatre.
I am still Xabisozweni here at Masifunda Learner Development. I am your drama coach. Today we are going to keep things easy and simple and calm and collected. We'll be learning a few drama terms, theatrical terms as they are written here. We're going to start with the understudy, technical rehearsal, ghost light, and we go to our curtain call. Let's go to our understudy. An understudy is a performer that attends all the rehearsals. An understudy learns all the lines and the blockings of the leading performers or the leading roles. The understudy can also learn other parts in a theatrical production. Now, the understudy is someone that also gets paid as much as the leading performers, well, depending on the role that they are understudying for. If they are understudying for a leading, they'll get paid exactly as the leading performer. If they are understudying for a secondary performer, they'll also get paid as much as that performer. An understudy can only perform once the leading performers or any other performer they are learning the lines of get sick or cannot perform their duties on that specific day. In other productions, the understudy gets an opportunity to perform maybe 2 or 3 performances during the run of the production. It is not a bad thing to be an understudy. I've been an understudy for 2 or 3 productions in my life, and I've actually enjoyed the process and watching the director works, because they get to do twice the job, but you must attend each and every rehearsal so that you learn the lines, you learn the blocking, you learn the entire production. Well, I hope you've learned a thing or two on what an understudy is. It's not a bad thing, it's a great job to do. Ba-ba-ba-bam. So we move now and go to our technical rehearsal, also known as the tech run. This is one of the most important rehearsals in a production. Well, actually an important rehearsal of the production. This is where you get to do everything. Lights, sound, the scenery, costumes, everything you do in this run. You also do this run with the exact way you are going to perform it. So the director and the stage manager can actually time the production on how long it runs. They want to do this production as swiftly and as clean as possible so that they can write down their notes where the mistakes were and where they can fix the following day. You can have 1 or maybe 2 or 3, as many technical rehearsals as you want until you do the production perfectly. Now, technical rehearsals require a lot of concentration from the lighting team, stage manager to the backstage crew. Everyone must be prepared to work the extra mile. You might work long hours during the technical run because it is very important for the opening night. Some directors are not actually impressed with the technical run. They would want to repeat it 2 or 3 times, that's when it demands the actors or the performers to concentrate, to work the longer mile. I enjoy technical rehearsals because you get to make mistakes, they get to be corrected before the actual performance. So, out there as a performer, you must also enjoy your technical run. That is important as the performance. We move on to our ghost light. Ooh. No, that's not what it means. A ghost light is a light that is put on a stand and left on a stage to illuminate during the night until the next day. It is believed, actually, to chase away bad spirit in a theatrical space. This ghost light is left to light on as a reminder that we will be back. I'm sure many theaters around the world during the pandemic of COVID-19 have left a ghost light on because the theaters were closed. It was very important to remind them that we will be back on the scenery, we will be back as performers, we will be back as directors, technical managers, we will be back on that stage. As we go on to level 2, we're about to go to level 1, maybe level 0, we will be back. But let us continue supporting the theater and shine on that ghost light to make sure that we keep on shining. It reminds me of a song that goes, be bright in the corner, where you are, be bright in the corner, just like the ghost light. I hope you're learning a thing or two out there. Like I always say, it is not over until the curtain falls. Actually, the saying goes, it is not over until the curtain call. A curtain call is the last bow. After a performance, performers come in running on stage to acknowledge the audience. They take a bow. It is called the curtain call. Now, some audiences, as much as they enjoy the performance, they don't want the performers to leave the stage. They keep on clapping for a long time. So the performers would come on running to the stage over and over again and acknowledge, to thank the audience, thank the crew in the sound booth, thank the orchestra, thank everyone who has come and made the performance a success. They always say it is not over. Back in the day, they would say it is not over until the fat lady sings. Because back in the Italian days when the opera was done, a lady would actually come in and sing a note, a tune or two. And then the saying came, it was not over until the fat lady sings. But over the years, it has transcended to being, it is not over until the curtain call. So the curtain call is when the curtain drop, and then the audience clap, we open the curtains, and then the performers come out and give us their last bow. Just like our episode today, we are giving you our last bow here on quaranTV. But do not despair, we will be back, like the Terminator said. So it is not over until the curtain call. Keep that bright ghost light illuminating. And make sure you attend your technical rehearsal to make sure the performance goes smoothly. Do not be shy to be an understudy. It is one of the greatest jobs to have as a theater actor or any other actor. I am Xabiso Zweni, your host with the most. I would say, it must have been love, but it's over now. It must have been love, but it's over now. Au revoir. Goodbye.